Blessed morning, collective. Oh my goodness. It's been a minute now, having just returned from the adventure of a lifetime, day before yesterday, and then being very physically unwell yesterday and recuperating. So many emotions, which this one is also feeling. There's a spread, I think, that wants to be pulled, but right now, this is pure expression. I want to express. And that is basically how I'm feeling. Such a potent blend and juxtaposition of emotions. Heaven and hell. And all of it by perspective, of course. But it was truly magical. This person, this experience, the things that I feel for them, about them, and that were reciprocated. Are reciprocated. I mean, there's a lot of juxtaposition. And it is powerful in me. But it does feel like there's a lot of this happening in the collective at present as well. A tremendous amount of excitement and hope. And at the other end of it, a tremendous amount of fear and worry. A lot of things needing to be released still. Asking to be released. As this tension increases from one side to the next, the greater the vibration you experience, the more potently resistance too is felt. That is how this works. And with more and more souls awakening, releasing resistance, increasing their vibration deliberately, the more potently the individual and the collective is feeling the contrast. We are feeling this contrast. I am feeling this contrast. And it is painful. I'm not gonna lie. In fact, that's a part of it. That's why. That's how you know. That's why it's contrast. To experience that discomfort and have that inform you about your desires, about your wants, about your vibrational state in that moment of focus, to focus upon something that creates such tension, excruciation within you, is to know that is not true. That is not where your focus is at the higher perspective. It means you are diverging from it with intention in that moment to see what it feels like. But it is enough to know that it does not feel good, and not to fear that negative sensation. Simply to accept it, to allow it, to express it, which is what I desire to do in this now moment. The field is swirling, and it is picking up speed. It is an emotional whiplash. That is what I have been experiencing the past handful of days. As this trip neared its end, and it came time for me to return here. And I do not feel I have wholly returned. I feel fairly out of body which is a curious sensation that truly there is a piece of me that is elsewhere, that stayed. It's an odd sensation, and not altogether pleasant, and yet not unpleasant either. There is that knowing from the discomfort of it, from the disjointedness of this. There is the knowing of connection, the knowing of circuits connected, a greater level of completion, because there is nothing incomplete, not in my being, not in yours, not in any other. And yet feeling that closeness, that sameness, that reflection of self, so pure, witnessed fully, appreciated, truly reciprocated, that perfect energetic balance, experiencing that. All is changed now. The same as when one experiences a higher perspective, it cannot be forgotten. Once you see from the top of the mountain, the foothills never look quite the same again, or feel quite the same. I simply wish to express. There is a lot of tension in the heart. Further down as well, in the solar plexus, just stretching into this sacral chakra, but mostly in the solar plexus. There is the feeling of, I want this so very much. It's a powerful want. And worry. There is that worry. Can I do this? Can I have this? Yes. And this does feel broader as well. The collective waking up to new levels of joy and bliss and desire. And once that is experienced, the urge for it does not go away. Where light is shined more brightly, shadow grows bigger too, to come to challenge it. I can feel myself. The physical symptoms of this have been marked. And I did not feel physically well yesterday, and that was in some portion related to this. An insignificant portion, actually. Dizziness, chills, sweats alternating, feeling feverish, feeling out of place, out of body, foggy, stretching, a bit of that dark night sensation, truly. Oh, there's a gripping in the heart. Try. As long as I try, I cannot fail. There's that worry again. The mind is trying, the ego mind, shadow mind is trying to come back and interrupt the feeling process, to interject worries, doubts, confusion, obsession, overthinking in general, anxiety. Anxiety, that is an interesting one, being that excitement, excitation, the positive side, really is the same thing. Nervousness and excitement, again, very much the same, just a tiny bit of resistance in the nervousness. Anxiety, that's where the doubt comes in. Anxiety is doubting something that you desire, doubting something that is true and is yours. But I'm so afraid, I hear. Oh, that is all right. It is all right. You are allowed. This is allowed. All of this is allowed. It does not need to be anything else. It does not need to make sense. It does not even really need to be articulated in the way that I am doing so, just expressed. There are endless ways to do so. Find it. Find it for yourself. This is why I sing so often. The voice is powerful, but it can be not quite a pitfall, but an additional challenge to put these things into words. There is the temptation to rationalize, justify, there is just this stretching, this whole knowing what is wanted and not seeing it, and then panic because it is not seen. Just actually expressing that drew things a little closer together. Yeah. How do I do this? How do I make this happen? The logic mind wanting to know, to have a plan. I want it so much. And I believe I get to have it, but at the same time I don't. That self-limiting belief. I want this so much, I'm not sure I get to be this happy. What a thing to have awareness of. You do get to be this happy. I get to be this happy. All of us do. I can still hear it, I can still feel it, but it's all right. That is allowed. It does not change your worthiness, your deservingness of this. Even doubting it doesn't change the universal truth that you deserve all that you desire. divine, deliberate creator. This world is your creation. This reality, this experience, all of it. And why? It is for you. It is by you. With you, within and without. It exists because you want to, you want it to, it wants to. All of this is self. All of this is self-expressing. Every inch of existence is here because it wants to be. Oh, I feel that doubt potently. I do. I allow this. I will resist not resistance. We're moving into Aquarian season. Tomorrow is the new moon in Aquarius. That is powerful. And a part of this, us being pushed, knowing we have these new desires, these dreams, these wishes. Many of them unconventional, seemingly challenging the norms, challenging old paradigms, challenging even society as it currently appears to exist. Aquarius is here to assist with this. I am here to assist with this. For myself. I am here for me. No one else can be. I am the only one living this life. No one else can feel emotion for me, can be happy for me. There is no true direction to this expression. There is that fear of this directionlessness, feeling that it must have some defined course, it must have some explicit meaning. No. Just this. This is self-expressing. This is as it desires to be in this moment, and that is enough. This is enough. Nothing more is required. There is a strange quality to the flow. I am getting very warm. This is warm, but it is not warm outside. And it's maybe 70 degrees in here. The normal temperature that it is in this room. There is a flux. There is a purging. There is an urge to act, and yet an uncertainty of what action to take. There's impatience. Tremendous impatience. Something ineffable. I am listening for the words of it, and yet It is overwhelming. Again, this back and forth, this back and forth. I'm seeing the 2 pentacles. It's that feeling the peak and the valley in almost the same breath. Feeling the bliss and the despair so close to one another. Seeking balance. But also finding there is resistance in the seeking of that. There is efforting rather than allowing the balance to restore. It is the trying to balance instead of allowing to come to balance. I surrender. Oh, those words. They are a mantra that I use with great frequency. I surrender to this. The knowing of the hope of it. It is so powerful. That pure positive potential. So true that you can taste it, you can feel it, you can see it. And I allow all things. I allow all my blessings to flow to me. All which is meant for me is mine already. And I surrender all else. I want only what wants me, and what I want wants me. What I seek is seeking me. It shall be so. We shall not be kept separate. The like components are drawn together. And I allow this. Again, I will resist not even resistance. I surrender. That sense of disconnection is so strong. Creating the anxiousness, trying to get it back, trying to connect. Feels draining, listless. Hope and hopelessness again, right next to each other. Oh, this is a challenge. But I release all that no longer serves me, and more this is becoming a discussion of self-limiting beliefs, not people, places, things, thought processes, habits, patterns, programming. The desire to achieve something, and then immediately after, the fear that it may not be so, cannot be so. That is a self-limiting belief. And it is false. You may know it. Fear is not a feeling. The fact that you can feel that emotion, feel that desire, that joy, and then fear it, it is an illusion. It is clinging on, it is smothering, it tries to cover, to block, to confuse, obfuscate. We see through it. The desire is true, it is pure, it is promised. If the universe has the wherewithal to provide you a desire, it has the wherewithal to bring it to completion, to fruition, to fully bring that desire into manifested reality. This is spoken by Abraham Hicks. And it is so. If you have a desire, you deserve the experience of the desire manifested. Not just deserve it. You are allowed it in this lifetime, in this incarnation, now. Not in some future foreign world, not in the next life, not in the afterlife, of which there is none. It is all life continuously. Now, if you desire it, you can have it. If you believe it, it is achieved. If you feel it, it is real already. It exists. You could not feel it otherwise. That feeling is what it is to be connected to the higher self, that which exists in higher dimensionality, which is beyond time. Energy moves from higher dimension into lower dimension. If you feel something, if you experience a desire, it exists in completion in the higher dimension. Energetically, it's real. It's a done deal. It is promised. We simply allow it into this level of experience. I allow my blessings to be realized by me presently. I believe in the imminence and inevitability of my success, of my bliss. I can do this. You can do this. We can. The whole of the universe, more than any other time in history, is aligning for this, is backing us up. Simply believe as often as you possibly can, and know that even in the moments where that belief feels lacking, feels even the opposite of, that cannot stop you. That cannot stop your blessings from coming in. It cannot keep you from your soul path which you are never off of. That too is limiting belief. The thought that you could mess this up, that you could miss your blessings. It is time to release this. That is an illusion. Self-limitation, which is no longer serving self. You cannot mess this up. You cannot miss your blessings. See through that and surrender that which is old and outdated, part of the old paradigm, which is falling away in larger and larger chunks now, and as such is clinging on as much as it feels that it can. That is the gripping sensation, the stretching. It is old reality on its way out, trying so hard to convince you that it is still relevant. Only out of fear. Only out of fear it does this. Acknowledge it. Look it in the eye. Kiss its cheek and say, it's time. You are allowed to be free. Freedom is the basis of your existence. Growth is the result. But the purpose of your being, the purpose of life, is joy, is love. You are not a person, you are presence. You do not have a life, you are life. You do not have love, you are love. And so love is all that you are, all that you contain and express and experience. It is time for divine miracles to be witnessed. I still feel that tickle of fear. It is all right. It is allowed. It cannot change anything. It cannot harm anything. I will lean into this floating feeling. This feeling of directionlessness. I allow it. I will not resist. I trust the universe. I trust my soul to know. I trust this process. I believe that all I desire is provided, is coming. It does exist. I have seen it. I have met it. I have kissed its lips. And it shall be so again and again, evermore. Divine deliberate creator, this is your world. What do you seek from it? Simply ask with your focus, finding the good feeling, finding the feeling of wish fulfilled. And living in that space. And knowing, even when you are not, even when your gaze wanders, that does not prevent your blessings from flowing in. They are promised, they are certain as the sun rising, as the moon pulling the tides. 3 things are not long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Fear is an illusion. It cannot stop anything. Not anymore. I surrender. I surrender. I trust. I believe. I am. I know. I feel. So it is. I feel very dizzy and hot, and many would say it sounds like you are sick physically. This is a manifestation of energy. All illness is. I'll not resist this. We can do this. We are doing this. It is done already. It is flowing straight towards us with speed and certainty. We need not know. There's the train horn. Flowing to us with certainty and intensity. Just like the train, you trust it's coming. You cannot see it. You cannot perhaps even hear it. But there is a rumbling, a deeper sense of vibration that flows from the earth into your being, and you can feel it is approaching. And even without seeing it, you believe. You see it in here. That's where the truth lies. Not out there. In here. Do not be distracted by this old reality that is catching up. Everything can change in an instant. Everything changes in an instant. Trust that it is. Trust your blessings are coming to you presently. They will not be stopped. It is time to be happy. It is time to rejoice. It is time to be truly free and embrace your role as divine, deliberate creator of your own reality. In so doing, we are co-creating New Earth. And we are up for the challenge. We are ready. We can do this. We are doing it already. Now that feels positive. Reconnecting. Simply allow. Trust. We are supported in this. That is the expression of this moment. Thank you for your witness. Even if no one ever sees this, it is not relevant. It is the expression which matters. I am doing this for myself, truly. It must be a selfish act. It must be. That is the only way anything is added to the collective anyway. But truly, it must be done for me. No one else can express this for me. The same is true for you. Express yourself, your soul. But all the same, if there is one here, then I can feel a few. Thank you. Truly. Thank you for your witness. And know that I witness you right now, in this moment. We are in this together. We are co-creating together. We can do this. We are doing it. Nothing shall stop us. We allow all our blessings to flow with ease and grace into this life experience. I am with you. We have got this. Have a beautiful morning, collective souls, and always in all ways through every vector of time and space. I love you.